Hello, people of the world. I'm Gavin.
I'm Brad. Welcome.
Welcome to the channel. We do movie reviews and we talk about movies and we have a fun time.
Yes.
This is our second video. I don't know if this is going to be our second or third video. We did just record yesterday our ranking of all of the Marvel films in the MCU.
Including WandaVision.
I don't know which one will come out first, this or that one.
Yeah.
But this very special episode is our Oscars picks and predictions episode.
Yay.
Yeah. The Oscars are this Sunday. And so, okay, Brad, let's get into the backstory here because you were asking me.
Yes.
So this year, you haven't seen all the nominees.
I have not seen most of the some of the nominations that we were talking about.
I'd say you've seen about half of the important ones.
I'd say half, yes.
I've seen all of them.
Yes. So my opinion isn't the most rooted in stone here.
You're more of a casual awards fan.
Yes. In this case, yes. Last year, no.
I'm a little different. Since probably 2014 when I really got into movies and filmmaking.
Me too that year.
Is also when I got really into the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
And each year my addiction, because that's what it really is. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
It's gotten worse and worse. It's basically some people are gambling addicts and they love betting on sports.
Yeah.
This is my gambling. I like bet on the Oscars. Like I'm obsessed.
Like, this is your
Super
Bowl.
And some people are really into the stock market and they watch all the numbers and stuff.
I don't understand that.
I don't get that
personally.
either. But that's what I do with the Oscars.
I'm probably going to become like you within the next year or so.
Yeah, and it started out like you, and I was just like interested, and it's just gotten to the point where I'm obsessed now. So as of today, I have now seen every single movie nominated for Best Picture, plus a bunch of other ones that are nominated for other things. So in this video, we're going to be giving you kind of just like a rundown of the categories. If you're doing any ballots for your school or with your friends or family, and you want to win, listen to the expert opinions and Brad.
And me. The casual guy.
Yeah. And so we're going to be kind of breaking down each category, who we think will win, who we think should win.
Yes.
Sometimes they're different. And it should be a relatively short video. I think we'll keep it under half hour.
I think so.
So I think what we're going to do, I think for the sake of this video, we're going to cut out the short film categories, so we're not going to be doing live action short, animated short, or documentary short.
Okay.
But I think what we'll do is go from the bottom up, and so end at Best Picture.
So you're saying start
at visual effects.
Okay, cool.
So this is a pretty weak category because usually every year at the Oscars, the kind of films nominated for Best Visual Effects are like Star Wars, Marvel film, things like that. But in 2020, we didn't get those.
No.
All of the big blockbuster movies, spectacles, they were all pushed back, delayed.
Yeah.
Because that's such a theater experience. And so, I mean, not that any of these had bad visual effects. I mean, there's a couple I don't even know what they are, to be honest.
The Midnight Sky.
So let's go through. So nominated for visual effects are Love and Monsters, The Midnight Sky, Mulan, The One and Only Ivan, and Tenet. Did you end up seeing Tenet?
I never saw Tenet.
So have you seen none of these?
I have seen none. I heard reviews of Love and Monsters, Mulan, and Tenet. I've heard reviews of them.
I watched Tenet, Mulan, and The Midnight Sky. And based on that, I think it's just going to go to Tenet because
I think it should personally.
I think you should, you should vote on Tenet because, I mean, it's obviously a different plot to Inception, but visually it's a very similar style. You got crazy mind-bending action sequences, so I think it'll go to Tenet easily.
Just knowing Nolan's dedication to his subject,
exactly.
I think he should deserve that
one. Film editing.
Can I name off this one?
Yeah, we'll go either one. Yeah, so film editing. What are the nominees?
Right. Film editing. We have The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
So my opinion on this changed yesterday.
I've seen 3 of these nominations.
I've seen all of them. And I'm not changing my pick but it changed. So I hadn't seen, just so the viewers know, I had seen everything but Promising Young Woman and The Father until yesterday when I watched both of those films. I loved both of them. They were great. For this category specifically, The Father was edited really well because, not to spoil anything, but it's about Anthony Hopkins' character has Alzheimer's, but the way the film portrays it, it's like...
It's from his perspective,
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of from his perspective, so it's like a unreliable narrator, almost.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's so many different cuts where, like, he'll blink and then, like, the actress will change. And he'll be like, "You're not my daughter." And so and I didn't know that
That's
was...
cool.
So I wasn't expecting... When the nominees came out, I was like, why is The Father nominated for Best Editing? But I don't think that's going to win. My prediction for Best Editing is Sound of Metal, which you've seen.
Yes.
Yeah, mostly because of the drumming sequences at the beginning.
Yeah.
All the flashing lights and stuff. And also, whenever, and we'll get into this when you get to the sound category, whenever the film kind of goes deaf with the character,
Yeah.
there's some really cool editing there.
Yeah.
Obviously with the sound, but also visually too. So I think Sound of Metal is going to take Best Editing.
Editing is super tight in Sound of Metal.
Yeah, just really solid.
Yeah.
Next is Best Production Design. The nominees are The Father, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, News of the World, and Tenet. I didn't see News of the World. It was a very Oscar baity movie that I don't think anybody saw.
This is the one with Tom Hanks
Yeah.
in the West, right? Yeah, no.
It looks cool, but I never saw it.
So production design wise, I think it should either go to Ma Rainey or Mank, simply because of time period accuracy.
Yes, my prediction is Mank, and I agree with you on that, but I think Mank is going to take it over Ma Rainey because Ma Rainey is all one location, whereas Mank has all of these huge old Hollywood sets, and they recreated like a mansion from the 30s and all these crazy things, and I don't remember which lot it was, maybe Warner Brothers, but they created an actual studio lot, recreated it like exactly how it looked in the 30s.
Like while they were filming Citizen Kane?
Yeah.
Damn.
Not the sets of the movies, but like the lot that he worked on.
Yeah. Damn, that's nuts.
Yeah, that was really cool. So I think Mank is going to take production design. Cinematography. Brad,
Ooh. And you know I love
would you like to read off the nominees?
I would like to. The nominees for cinematography are Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, News of the World, Nomadland, and Trial of the Chicago 7.
Yes. My prediction is Nomadland.
That's mine too.
I don't even think it's really a competition.
Just
They're all good films. I
Yeah.
haven't seen News of the World, but to be honest, don't know why Trial of Chicago 7 isn't here.
it's just like a normally shot.
I don't think there was anything special about how it looked. I thought it was like if a robot shot a movie. It was so standard. So I don't know why that's in here instead of something like Minari, which was beautifully shot. But yeah,
yeah. Why is
Minar-
Minari in here?
Minari should easily take the place of Chicago 7 in this category at least. But we've both seen Nomadland. We watched it for our film analysis class.
I think that's gonna get
That's just beautiful. Yeah, all the outdoor shots in the West.
just the vastness of
Yeah.
it. Just
I mean, 90% of the movie is outdoors. It's beautiful.
pure landscape.
Yeah. Costume design. The nominees are Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Mulan, and Pinocchio. I did not know there was a Pinocchio movie that came out last year.
I didn't either.
And I pay pretty close attention to movies and what movies come out. I don't know what this is.
I didn't know there was a Pinocchio movie. I think I heard of it maybe.
I knew they were making one,
Yeah.
but that's not the one that this is. So,
oh, it's a different one.
no, this isn't like the Disney one.
So what's
Apparently
this?
somebody else made a Pinocchio movie. Yeah. So I don't think that's going to get it. I think, well, what's your prediction for this?
For costume design?
Yeah.
I think it's going to go to either Ma Rainey or Milan.
My pick is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I think. Yeah, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, just because kind of what we said about Mank and the production design, take that stuff and put it towards costume design and makeup and hairstyling. I mean, the characters look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's great. So costume design, definitely going to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
I think just period accuracy.
Yeah,
Wise.
makeup and hairstyling.
We got Emma, Hillbilly Elegy, right?
Elegy, yeah.
Elegy, Hillbilly Elegy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, and Pinocchio.
What is this Pinocchio movie?
I don't know. It has a 40% audience score and
And an
84%
critic
score.
What? I want to know
I
more
have
about
no clue.
this random Pinocchio movie.
Makeup. I think again this is going either Ma Rainey or Mank.
Same thing. I think Ma Rainey's Black Bottom for all the same reasons as costume design. Just easily. Hillbilly Elegy is.
Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but I don't know. I've heard awful reviews, and it was just really bad. Directed by Ron Howard. But the fact that it's nominated for several Oscars, when I don't know, I don't like when movies like that like just they get nominated for
Because
they get nominated for Oscars just because they have Amy Adams and Glenn Close, and it's directed by Ron Howard. When movies like The Five Bloods by Spike Lee got pretty much no nominations.
That's nowhere on here.
No, it's in one category, I think.
That would have been I saw that.
Yeah.
Original score.
Yeah, and we'll get to that later. I think we'll get into what I think is the biggest snub of the Oscars later on. Because there's a category where I think it's a criminal that it wasn't nominated in a specific category.
Production design?
We'll get into that.
Oh my god, yo, The Five Bloods was awesome.
It was great. Yeah. But then there's movies like Hillbilly Elegy that got nominated 2 or 3 times, but The Five Bloods got 1. Yeah, so in the sound category, which previously, I don't know if this is new this year or they got rid of it last year. There used to be 2 sound categories. There was sound mixing and sound editing.
Yeah.
And then everybody got confused about the difference, so they just combined them into sound.
It's just sound
Yeah,
now.
so the nominees for sound are Greyhound, Mank, News of the World, Soul, and Sound of Metal.
This is an easy pick.
It's pretty obvious.
It's in the
Sound
title.
of Metal.
It's in the title of the movie.
Yeah.
The sound. Oh my god.
This has some of the best sound design I've seen in years or heard in years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean, when the character goes deaf, you go deaf with him.
Yeah.
And you like hear the ringing and it's crazy. Especially when he's playing the drums at the beginning, because when he first goes deaf, like it slowly like it's not like it cuts off. It really slowly it's really scary. This movie, I was telling you this the other day.
Yeah.
Obviously, I never wanted to be deaf, but like more so than ever, this movie made me realize like, oh my gosh, I would hate being deaf. Like that's such an awful experience. Like that's so scary.
Yeah, it just shows like even from the beginning, like how dependent we are on just like little sounds.
Yeah, and it's not something you think about very often, but like, yeah, so it's kind of scary to watch that movie. But obviously, getting sound design.
If that one doesn't get it,
it has to. There's no
way.
There's no way it's not getting it. Original song.
Fight for You, Judas and the Black Messiah. Hear My Voice, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Husavik?
Sure.
Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga. Sorry, I messed that up. Losine, The Life Ahead, and Speaking Now, One Night in Miami.
I've heard a couple of these. I really kind of hate original songs that get nominated for Oscars most of the time.
Yeah.
Because they all kind of sound the same to me. My personal pick would be Speak Now from One Night in Miami. Because it's just a cool song. It's set in the 60s like that movie, so it's got that vibe to it, which I really like. And I also want to support that movie because it didn't get as many nominations as it deserved, I think. What's your pick? Are you going with me or?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Yeah. Speak Now, really. One Night in Miami.
This one I'm not that educated on.
Yeah. So original score, The Five Bloods, Mank, Minari, News of the World, and Soul. Now, this upsets me because I was saying The Five Bloods only got nominated in one category, but I'm not even going to pick it. I think Soul had the best score of the year.
I was going to go just The Five Bloods just so they could get it.
Right. I want to give it to The Five Bloods just so they can get something, but it's not going to win. That's just... Soul had, I think, definitely the best score of the year.
That's... Wow.
I think Mank got way too many nominations, but I do think it really did deserve the best score, because it
It's
had
nominated for a lot.
a lot, which it shouldn't have. And then when I saw Minari a few weeks ago, I was surprised that actually had a really solid score.
Yeah.
But my official pick is Soul, international feature film.
It's me, right?
That's you.
All right. Another round. Better Days. Collective. The Man Who Sold His Skin. And Quo Vadis Ida.
So we've both seen one of these.
Yes.
You saw Collective, right?
I saw Quo Vadis Ida.
Oh, you didn't see Collective?
I was going to watch Collective.
Oh.
I was going to watch Collective and Another Round, but I didn't get to
So
it.
tell me about Quo Vadis Ida, because I don't know what it is.
It's a Bosnian film, I believe, and it's like a like fictional historical drama, with dealing with the Serbians invading I believe Bosnia in 1995, dealing with that whole thing, and Ida is not an interpreter. When you
Translator.
Translator.
Yeah.
She's a translator, so she's talking to the Serbians and the Bosnians and the Americans and kind of just getting all that stuff. It was all right.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
So I saw Another Round, which
Yeah.
was phenomenal. Well,
Yeah.
and I think it really should have gotten nominated for Best Picture, but the fact that it's in this category of international, I think I'm not just saying this because it's the only one I've seen. I think it definitely is going to win. It's incredible. Mads Mikkelsen is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie. Another Round. Definitely recommend. If you don't watch a lot of foreign films, I definitely would recommend Another Round. It's really solid if you've never heard of it. Documentary feature, Collective, Crip Camp, A Disability Revolution, The Mole Agent, My Octopus Teacher, and Time. Have you seen any of these?
No. One of my friends back home watched Octopus Teacher, I think.
What's the deal with that movie? I didn't hear about it until like the past couple weeks.
I don't know. I don't know what
From my understanding, it's just like a nature film on Netflix. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, I should have watched Collective the other day.
I am a little upset about this category. So I've seen Time, and I think Time should win, and Time will win.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best documentary I saw last year. But I want to just give shout-outs to a ton of documentaries that came out last year that absolutely should have gotten nominated and didn't, and I was kind of shocked when they didn't. So obviously Time was my favorite. But Boys State, which is on Apple TV Plus, was awesome. And Dick Johnson is Dead, which I don't remember where I saw
The
that.
Death of Dick Johnson.
I mean, no, it's called Dick Johnson is Dead.
Oh.
Which is on Netflix. So you can watch both of those films now. And they were just really solid, and I'm really shocked they didn't get nominated.
Oh.
But my pick is Time. All right, animated feature.
We got Onward, Over the Moon, Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon, Soul, and Wolfwalkers. I think this is going to Soul.
Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon? Is that a real movie? I feel like the Academy just threw that in there to see if anybody would notice.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's make up a Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon and see if anybody notices and calls us out.
I don't think it's made up.
No, obviously it's not made up, but like, yeah. So obviously, this is no question. Soul.
This is Soul.
Pixar. 100%. Adapted screenplay. Borat, subsequent movie film. The Father, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, and The White Tiger. I'm not sure what The White Tiger is. I think
I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's cool to see Borat getting some nominations.
Yeah, that's.
Although I'm not sure how it's an
Good for
adapted
Sasha.
script. How is that an adapted screenplay? I don't know a lot about the behind the scenes, but like,
Does he have a screenplay?
well, it's not. That's one question. It's mostly improvised.
Yeah.
But then there is some story to it with the daughter and everything. But like, adapted screenplay insinuates that it is based off of something
else.
So I don't know if maybe he made a short film or I don't know much about the behind the scenes, but it's cool to see Borat getting some nominations. This is a kind of a tricky one. I think this is the first one that it might differ. I think Nomadland will win.
I was thinking One Night in Miami.
I think I'd rather see it go to either One Night in Miami or The Father.
Mm-hmm.
But those are my two picks, but my actual prediction is going to be Nomadland. Just because sometimes the Academy sucks.
Sometimes they are so inept, and they can't pick or even nominate really good things.
So are you saying One Night in Miami?
I'll say One Night in Miami.
Yeah, just to be different a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Nomadland just because
Just a little.
I think that's what's going to win, but I'd rather see The Father or One Night in Miami win. Original screenplay.
Yes. Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
I really hope this doesn't go to Trial of the Chicago 7 just because it's Aaron Sorkin, and he's like one of the most famous writers of all time.
Oh, I didn't know he wrote it.
Yeah, so I don't think
He's got enough.
I don't think that it will win, but there's like a 1% chance of me that looks at the Academy and says they're going to give it to Aaron Sorkin because he's Aaron Sorkin, one of the greatest writers ever.
I'm hoping it's either Minari or Promising Young Woman.
I was just going to say the same thing. I think Promising Young Woman is going to win. That's my prediction. But my pick is Minari. I think that's the best original screenplay in this category.
Okay.
But Minari, I think, should win, and Promising Young Woman will win. That's so now we're getting into the big categories here. The acting categories. Here we go. So the first one is actor in a supporting role. And the nominees are...
Oh, wow.
Sacha Baron Cohen in The Trial of the Chicago 7. Daniel Kaluuya in Judas and the Black Messiah. Leslie Odom Jr. in One Night in Miami. Paul Raci in Sound of Metal. And Lakeith Stanfield also in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, wow.
I'm conflicted on this one.
Ooh. That's interesting.
Have you seen Judas and the Black Messiah?
No. There's no lead. It's just that aren't Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield the two main actors?
Yeah. Daniel Kaluuya, I get why he's in the supporting category.
Yeah.
Lakeith Stanfield is the main character of that movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like whatever studio or Warner Brothers, because it's HBO, I feel like Warner Brothers realized he wouldn't get nominated for lead actor, so they said, nominate him for supporting actor. Maybe he'll get that too.
Yeah.
So I don't think it will go to him. I think I'm really conflicted between Daniel Kaluuya and Paul Raci from Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
He was the other deaf guy.
The main guy.
He was just really, really good, and I have no idea who this guy is.
He was. I think he was in a couple other things. I looked him up afterwards.
Yeah.
He hasn't been in that much stuff. But the way just the scene where he has to the scene where he has to tell Ruben to leave is just so raw and emotional, and he's just like, once Ruben leaves the frame, he's physically upset.
That's why this is another category where it's split for me, and it's different pick and prediction. So my pick, who should win, is Paul Raci, and I think Daniel Kaluuya will win.
I think Daniel Kaluuya or Lakeith Stanfield will win. I think someone from Judas will win. They have a more likely chance.
Right, just by numbers.
From what I've seen, Paul Raci probably I would.
I think he should win. Daniel Kaluuya is really great in Judas and the Black Messiah. And I think that's what the Academy is going to lean towards. And he definitely deserves it.
That'd be great. Yeah,
I would just rather see it go to Paul Raci, but I think it'll go to Daniel Kaluuya. Somebody who should have been nominated, Delroy Lindo from Da 5 Bloods.
Oh,
the main guy, that scene when he's looking at the camera.
Yeah, for 5 minutes.
All the Vietnam PTSD he goes through, and I think it's actually criminal he wasn't nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
It wasn't.
I think you could switch him out for Lakeith Stanfield, Sacha Baron Cohen, or Leslie Odom Jr. even.
You could have put...
I think he gave the Best Supporting Actor role of the year. Better than everybody in this category, even Paul Raci and Daniel Kaluuya. So
I think...
Shout out to Delroy Lindo.
I agree with that. I think, honestly, any... Like him or the other main guy he was with throughout the movie.
Yeah, he was good too, but
Delroy Lindo just propels that movie.
So, Brad, actress in a supporting role.
Maria Bakalova, Borat subsequent movie film. Glenn Close, Hillbilly Elegy. Olivia Colman, The Father. Amanda Seyfried, Mank, and Yoo Jung-yeon, Minari.
For me, this is a no-brainer, and it's Yoo Jung-yeon for Minari. She plays the grandma.
Yoo Jung-yeon, okay.
this is, I think, other than sound and animated feature, one of the most obvious picks.
Yeah.
Because she stands out so much more than all of these other nominees. The categories that Minari is nominated in, are pretty competitive. So I don't know how many times it's going to win, but I think this is a no-brainer. Ye Jung-yoon, Minari, Best Actress in a Supporting Role.
All right.
So here we go.
Actor in a leading
role. Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal. Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Anthony Hopkins, The Father. Gary Oldman in Mank. And Steven Yeun in Minari.
Chadwick.
I mean, as far as who's going to win, 100% Chadwick Boseman. And I have another point to make. I also think Chadwick Boseman should win. I think Anthony Hopkins gave the best performance in this category of these lists.
Yeah.
And I know that you're supposed to choose who wins the Oscar as unbiased as possible and as like who gave the best performance. But Anthony Hopkins gave the best performance, and I don't think he should win. And I'll tell you why. And it's not just because Chadwick Boseman died. It's not like, oh, we have to give it to him because he died. One, he gave an awesome performance. I think if he gave the second best performance in this category. But also, I think he should get it as a career acknowledgement in the same way that
Heath Ledger did.
Heath Ledger, and also, might be a weird example because Leo DiCaprio isn't dead. But you know how...
Nope.
Yeah. You know how he didn't win an Oscar for like most of his career?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years. And he was nominated a bunch. He was in a bunch of movies he probably should have won the Oscar for, right?
From Eating Gilbert Grape in 94?
From 94 up until 2016. His whole career. He had never won an Oscar. And he's, I mean, considered to be one of the best of his generation. Some people would say the best of all time.
Living actor. Yeah.
And so... he didn't win until 2016, I think, for The Revenant. He shouldn't have won that he didn't win that category because he was so amazing in The Revenant. It was because he was good in The Revenant and he was nominated, but at this point, like, he had to win an Oscar at this point. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a career.
I do think, like, I forgot who he was against for Best Actor.
I forget that year, but as a career acknowledgement.
A career acknowledgement, yeah, but I think just in the movie, I think
did you see Ma Rainey?
No, I'm talking about Revenant.
Oh, Revenant, yeah.
Leo's heartbreaking in that movie.
He is good in that movie, but like, I think they gave it more because he had never won an Oscar. So I think there were more deserving people.
It's just when everyone asks, how did they not win an Oscar yet? You know there's a problem. Yeah,
so I think, but other than that, I mean, this is his last chance, obviously, because he tragically passed away.
Yeah.
To get an Oscar, so I think he'll get it for that reason. But other than that, he gives an electric performance, like alive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely the best part of the movie. If he wasn't in that movie, I don't know how much I would like it, to be honest. But he is really, really great in that movie. So I think he should win, and he will win. Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Chad.
Actress in a leading role.
Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Andra Day, The United States vs. Billie Holiday. Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of Women. Frances McDormand, Nomadland. And Kerry Mulligan, Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, this is between two for me, and that's Frances McDormand and Kerry Mulligan.
That's what I was thinking.
I think Kerry Mulligan should win. As far as who wins, I think Kerry Mulligan has the slight edge to win, but I would not be surprised at all if Frances McDormand, because the Academy loves her. I love her. She's my favorite actress.
Who doesn't love Frances McDormand?
She's great. She's great, and the Academy loves her. And I think Nomadland is going to win a bunch of awards. So I would not be surprised if Frances McDormand won, but I'm going to take a risk and say Kerry Mulligan.
Okay.
Yeah, are you going the same?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The way she played that role.
Yeah. Here we go. Directing. Best Director. The nominees are Thomas Vinterberg, Another Round. David Fincher for Mank. Lee Isaac Chung, Minari, Chloe Zhao, Nomadland, and Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. I am pleasantly surprised that Thomas Vinterberg is in this category for another round, because that kind of shocked me.
Yeah.
Because that's an awesome movie, and I was like, oh, good to see him there.
I think Mank should have been swapped out with Five Bloods.
Me too. 100%. I'd rather see Spike Lee in there than David Fincher. This is another tricky one. I can say, as much as I loved Another Round, it's not going to Thomas Vinterberg, although it's nice to see him get the nomination. Emerald Fennell, I don't think it's going to go to her, but This is a close match between Minari and Nomadland. Yeah, definitely. And something the Academy does for the Oscars sometimes, especially when there's kind of two leading the charge as far as nominations, like Nomadland and Minari. A lot of the times what they do is they'll split it and they'll give one of them Best Picture and one Best Director.
Yeah.
But I think this year they might just do both, and I think Chloe Zhao will win Best Director for Nomadland. But I would be really, really happy if Lee Isaac Chung got it for Minari, but I don't think that he will.
I think both will be good.
Yeah.
Either one of them will be good.
Yeah.
Winning.
Of course.
As long Academy, don't pick David Fincher.
They're not going to. I'm not even. That's not.
They're not
happen.
going to.
There's
but
no
still.
way. Yeah.
I don't know. They've pulled some.
They have, but
I think this should go to Minari. Or Nomadland.
I think it should go to Minari, and it will go to Chloe Zhao. Nomadland. Yeah. And here we are, Brad.
Best
Picture.
Film.
Best movie of the year,
Picture.
according to these people.
Best anything ever of this year.
Yeah. And the nominees are
The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
This is another tricky one, but I also think it's kind of obvious.
Does this seem like a lot of nominations?
No, they can have up to 10. So it used to be 5, and then they made it 10. But because of the way their number system and voting system works out, it's never going to be literally 10, which I think is stupid that they're not just acknowledging 2 other movies.
Yeah.
So usually it ends up being 7 or 8.
Okay.
Here's 8.
Again, I think this is between Minari and Nomadland.
Me too, and I think it will go to Nomadland.
Yeah.
That's the obvious choice, and if there is any sort of upset, I think it will go to Minari. But I think
it would be great for Nomadland with a female director,
right,
and all of that. And I think it would be great for Minari for having another foreign directed. Is the whole movie subtitled?
No,
but segments.
It's half and half.
Half and half. That again also would be really good for global recognition.
So, and I think really it's 50-50. Like, I don't think anything else even has a chance, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I think it's between those two.
So I think pretty much guaranteed we're getting an Asian American director winning winning Best Picture and Best Director, because I think it's between those two for both.
Yeah. So
that's definitely a great thing. But I think it will go to Nomadland. And there we go.
There we are. I promise next year I'll be more involved.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's the Oscars. Maybe we'll make a follow-up video to this, breaking down the Oscars.
Yeah.
If we feel like it, maybe. We are planning an Oscars party.
Yeah,
we're going to have pizza. There will be pizza.
Pizza, popcorn, TV to watch the Oscars. Like, everything that you want there, it's going to be there.
I'm wearing a tuxedo. It's going to be great. I'm not wearing a tuxedo.